You're watching The Breakfast Club.
What up, y'all? It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
I
and
don't
we got
know.
two special guests in the building.
Allegedly a couple thieves.
There's a couple things.
What Gerald Kelly said.
These are the mean guys of comedy.
I've known these guys for a while. They don't strike me as the type to steal.
But you never know.
You never know. I don't know.
New York is talking, huh? New York is talking, huh?
We have heard some things previous to this.
We got the gangster comedy here.
Yes.
Capone.
Yes, sir.
And then we got Rob. But
Rob
his name's
Stapleton.
Rob.
Rob, not Rob Stapleton.
How to rob.
I'm just Rob.
How to rob by Rob
We have a
Stapleton.
robber.
Stapleton in the building.
Y'all ain't.
Well, first of all, y'all are at Caroline's this weekend.
Yeah. And that only
We got
that
that out the way,
Carolina.
huh?
We selling that. We overselling that joint. Crazy.
How many shows is it?
7.
They had to add 2 more.
They had to add 2 more shows.
Yes.
Two
Okay.
more to that joint.
Don't sound like you bragging. It's be humble.
Right.
Nah, man. It's like when you do numbers, you got to be happy about that, man. It's in New York coming out, and we doing what we do.
I always
you know?
say these guys are probably one of the funniest guys I've ever seen do comedy.
Absolutely.
Real raw, to the point where when they're in town, my wife knows and we have to go to every show to see them.
Absolutely.
So they are funny as hell.
So
If
you'll
you-
be at Caroline's
I'll
this
be at
weekend.
Caroline's this
I
week.
heard
Okay.
you went to go see Donnell.
I
this
went to go
weekend,
see
too.
Donnell
You better
last
get to a
weekend.
New York Kings show. Come see
I'm
us.
gonna be here this weekend. I'll be
Sure.
here
I
as long
heard.
as I'm in town,
I've
which
been
I
hearing
am.
that since I've known her.
Okay.
Now who's in the Kings of Comedy now? It's Rob
Well,
Stapleton.
let's
it's
get the
Capone.
name right. It's the New York Kings Comedy Tour.
New York
All right?
Kings
so
Comedy
there's no
Tour.
lawsuit. It's the New York Kings Comedy Tour.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that
Right.
the Kings of Comedy, they
That's
came at y'all one time, right?
Yeah, that was, over a 2-letter word of.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the
So,
funny part is they didn't even own that. Jerry Lewis owned the original Kings.
if you remember the movie they did with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's a little deep with that.
Right.
But it's the New York Kings. It's, me, myself, Rob Stapleton, Capone, Talon Harris, Drew Frazier, and Mark Vieira.
And it was Gerald Kelly.
Yeah, somebody's missing.
Yeah. Well,
Is this the money bag up here?
Oh!
Is that the money y'all owe Gerald?
You take the collection. It's not for no basketball team. Nah, I put it like this, man. You want to jump into this guy? Then I'll cut you off.
Before we do,
yeah.
let's hear
Then I'll
Gerald
cut
Kelly.
you
Let's hear
off.
Gerald Kelly.
They got rid of me.
You Bobby Brown in the group, man?
Yeah, no. See, no.
Okay.
You know what? I think I'm the Michael Jackson of the group.
All right. Okay.
That's different. There's no honor amongst thieves, man. I just put it like that. But
Okay.
but I wish those cats success.
They were stealing money from you?
No,
or?
no, I just can't. When you do New Edition, everybody gets paid the same. It's New Edition. I'm booking New Edition.
Got you.
I'm booking New Edition. You can't book us and say, well, such and such is gonna get this and such and such is gonna get that and you getting this and that and third. I'm not being a part
Right.
of
We're
those
a
kind of
team.
things. We're a team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just me. Gerald Kelly's not about it.
What do y'all think of that? You think everybody should be paid equally?
Uh-oh.
I personally, no. The reason is because sometimes if you're growing together, it's one thing. But when you come into a group and your status is a certain status, you selling out, and like
Does everybody on Golden State get Steph money?
Not at
And
all.
Steph isn't even at top pay yet. You know what I mean? So, fair is what it is. You know what I mean? I mean, first of all, let's rewind this joint. Gerald's a good dude. Gerald's funny. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just got to move the F on, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's a Bobby Brown in the group. You know what I mean? Sometimes, look, we did this New York King years ago. We did this, right? And it was very successful. We should have been the Shaquille O'Neal tour before the Shaq tour. You know what I mean? But when you're young and mature, just like BBD was with New Edition and Ralph Tresvant, everybody was feeling themselves. We came back together now. You got to cut all of that bullshit out. You got to come correct now. We damn near grandfathers now. Dudes got kids and all of this other stuff now. It's a business. It's an infrastructure that has to be set up now. And GK just wasn't following that. And we got to move as a unit now. And this is hard, man. I'm going to tell you right now, the Breakfast Club, you guys are all a brand. Envy was doing this, you was doing this, and y'all all came together. And sometimes y'all don't get along either. But y'all know there's a bigger picture to this shit, and you got to move on. You know what I mean? And that's just what this is. We wish the brother well. But, the way he talked about it last week is if we was like, F you and your kids, get scraps off a garbage can or something. It ain't like that. It was just about moving on. We wish that brother well, but as a unit, we got to move on.
So
But
what
y'all
he was
just
upset.
didn't put him on the flyer. He said he didn't even know.
What are we going to say? Like, he's not here, but here's a picture of him at the cookout.
No, but I mean, I guess he didn't know until he saw the flyer.
But nah, I mean,
Did somebody call him at least and be like, hey?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I called him.
Okay, Capone.
I called him and there was something done, and there was something that's always done that keeps us from elevating to that next level.
What is it?
And it's pretty much handling your business.
Okay.
And we got tired of handling business.
Know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
so moving forward,
Say it one more time.
business.
Right.
So at this point, we agreed. We get on the phone. We agreed. If one person is talking the business to that individual, leave it alone. You don't go back and throw bad blood. Well, what is the budget and what is this? If whatever you agreed upon, that's it.
Right.
And it's just, the people who was doing the thing, they told us right away, like, I don't want to deal with this right now because why am I getting these phone calls?
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Gerald did say that when he was
He
here.
said that y'all
somebody
accused
said
him of calling, but he didn't.
Yeah, you know the thing. Let
Calling
me
the
throw
comedy
this
club.
in. The offer that was given to Gerald was low, like Gerald said. But I talked and got the brother 3 times what they were offering. You know what I mean? Which made me even mad for you to go behind and do some other. You know what I mean? When I got you 3 times what they were already offering. So you a free agent, you get ready to sign back and they giving you 3 times and you mess that up with your agent? It's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, I wish the brother well. The dude is funny. I just don't like the fact what he was getting to. Yo, my goons was mad. We was about to send. Yo, we
yeah.
comedians, man. We
he about
writers.
to
we
send
ain't
them
fighters,
goons
man.
down
Come
on
on.
you.
He was like, like we not from New York too. You know what I
that
mean?
kind of caught me because I've been a goon all my life, and I don't take that very well. And just to hear, if you got something personal with anybody, you deal with that. Why is everybody talking about goons?
Yeah, especially when you get to a certain age. It
Yeah,
sounds stupid
exactly.
talking
Well, he
about
said
it.
he had to call the goons off because they were calling him.
Yeah, because his
saying they
goons were going
wanted
to pull up in an accessoride. You know what I mean? His band was going to pull up. Then we all had to take a nap and then fight each other. You know what I mean? We're too old for that, man. Let's move on, man. I wish you do well. You know what? It's a culture to this, man. I hope everybody's show does well. I hope anything that he does, you do well so people want to buy tickets. I'm tired of people just wanting to buy tickets for Kevin Hart and Mike Epps. Just know that there's a lot of funny people out there. Just like you can't just buy tickets for Jay-Z, Nas. You got to fill in the line in between.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I hate to be so animated about it, but I just can't stand that BS. It's like moving on to what we got to do, man. I wish the brother well. I ain't say really a bad word, but the truth is facts. You know what I mean?
All right, but I just want to put it out there that for comedy, if you go to the comedy club, that's a great date night activity. I always feel like that's like on the list of top 5 things to do with somebody. That's a great date
Now,
night.
these guys
if
are
y'all
funny,
haven't, if y'all haven't
Yeah.
never done that, I would just highly
I've
recommend.
been in these guys' shows several times.
And not only funny, like I always say, comedians can make great livings. Like people be thinking, that, you're not in movies, you're not on TV.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing. They might be selling out comedy shows every weekend.
Only thing is sometimes y'all cause fights. Like you guys talk about certain things.
Like
and
what
it
you mean,
coulda
like from
happened.
on stage?
Like if you there with somebody and y'all start talking about cheating or something like that, and it sparks something.
But if
then-
it's true, something true in your life.
Does that ever happen?
I
You ever
talk-
see
I
couples,
talk
you
about
ever
it
see
all the
couples
time.
argue?
Yeah, I do it all the time. I do it on purpose. I do.
I like
I
to
mean,
look at-
singers do it.
I like to look in the crowd and you can see that couple is at your show and they were just arguing in the car on the way to your show. You could tell the vibe was effed up on their way there. And then you said something that the dude looked at you like, dude, let that
Not
go.
right now.
Let that go. I was just laughing at you earlier. Let that go.
I start off by talking about cheaters because I got caught. So being that I got caught, I
You
just,
got caught cheating, Capone?
Yeah, dog. I don't know
course he
how.
did.
You
How the
know.
hell you get
Capone
caught cheating?
don't
You
know
got
how
money.
to cheat.
You ain't
I
gonna
don't
get caught
know.
cheating
To a
when you
show
got
and
money.
all his
Dog.
side chicks be there. You gotta send one to the 8 o'clock show, the next one to the 10. He want all of them to be there at the 8 o'clock
Tables
show.
right
He's
next to
right.
each other.
But
Yeah.
she broke the phone. I don't know what the hell. The phone and the computer, everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
did
she
she
didn't.
catch you?
Dog, the computer. I'm ready to sue Apple. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready. Yeah, she caught me all through there.
Wait, so she saw maybe your messages
Old
on the
messages, but the thing is that it was a lot of them. And I might have said something
Capone don't
slick
know how
like,
to
"Hey,
hit
boo
the
boo."
delete button.
You gotta
Yeah.
delete your text
I-
history.
I
Capone.
didn't think that I would have to. It's my computer, but
right.
yeah,
was
she.
on
See,
it.
that's why you got to get a Galaxy. Because that iPhone, everything connected.
Yeah, and the
That
Galaxy
iPhone,
blow
the
up when somebody
computer,
touch it.
The
The
iCloud.
iPad, the iCloud be snitching.
Yo, I found some stuff on me that I didn't even know about the other day just going through my iPad. I was like, I did that picture. Yeah,
picture of you naked, know
I
you gotta
delete
work out.
everything. Yeah, that's the
You
truth.
know what I always wanted to ask y'all? Y'all played Damon Dash and Jay-Z in Death of a Dynasty.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And it's like that movie was
Was
like a
true?
precursor to what actually happened.
Yo,
yeah.
you know, let me tell you a funny story about that, right? I don't think I look nothing like Jay. But him and Kevin Hart and Dame was like, yo, Rob, play Jay. And I was like, like Jay was like God figure, like back then. Like, I know how much you love Jay. So I'm like, I want to be in a movie. So I said, all right, let's do it. All right, so we shooting. We shoot the movie, right? We take a break. First time I meet Beans, right? So Beans was like angry. This is like Beans when Beans was like the South Street bully.
Yeah.
He came up to
Broad Street
bully. You know what I mean? So he came up to Dave. Was like, yo, Dave, what's going on, man? He said, this is the dude that's playing Jay. He was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, you play Jay? He said, Dave, we got to talk. So we all got in the elevator together, right? Now the movie is about Rockefeller breaking up. So we in the elevator. And they talking about, yo, Bleak ain't calling, blah, blah, and Jay ain't returning calls. And that's when I really knew that something was really happening.
Right.
We got to the lobby, and they walked that way, and I went the other way, and I wanted to hear the rest of that. But that was like a scene in the movie
Right.
that we would just got finished shooting, and they would really get ready to break up. So
Put
that
it
was
in the atmosphere.
crazy to get to see that before it really happened.
That's what I'm wondering. Did they know? Like, because that's why everybody thought it was a publicity stunt at first because of that
We
movie.
knew something because Jay ain't coming to the last day of filming.
Really?
Jay ain't come to the last day of filming when we had to shoot the Aaliyah scene.
And it was
when
the
they were
dude
giving
that's-
the shout out to Aaliyah.
yeah.
And he was just like, Jay's an observer anyway. You know what I mean? Jay kind of stands and watches what's going on. He went to see how I was playing him and checking everything else out. But he ain't come to the last day to
Yeah, it
let
was
you
too
know.
late at that point for him to really make any changes.
No,
Now
the
you-
funny part is when he came in, he smacked Rob Fives to get out of here. You'll never be as cool as me.
I was like a little bitch, like, true. My cousin live in Brooklyn.
But you could tell there was some tension between them.
Oh, yeah. You could see the tension back then. Because all of that was going on. You had that whole Cameron situation going on. Jay had just went to Saint-Tropez, came back, and then Cam was promoted.
He's like president.
President. It's like, dude, come on. That's like
Rockefeller.
you go to the bathroom, you come back, and you're like, oh, Capone sitting in your seat now.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? So, but we just had to shut up and watch and see what was going on. You know what I mean? It was crazy to see Kev blow up from that because y'all had just did Paper Soldiers. Paper Soldiers. And then we shot State Property. I got to give a big shout out to Dame, man. People say a lot of shit about Dame, but Dame got a good heart, man.
They put a lot of black comedians in movies.
What's the dude that shoot, what's the name of the Empire?
I was the casting person.
Lee Daniels?
He put Lee Daniels on. Yo, he put Lee Daniels on.
Yeah, Dame put me as the casting person remember when, because we did Paper Soldier, and he said, look, Kevin gonna star in this one, you gonna star in the next one. I want you to get all your comedian friends and bring them in.
We was at the Boston Comedy Club, this club where Dave Chappelle and them come from. Barry Katz used to own down in the Village,
Right.
right near NYU.
I used to do a weekly event there.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I sure
So
did.
he said to me, yo, Rob, Dame and them are coming by tonight to come check out the comics and stuff for the movie. I'm thinking, Cap know how to talk that shit. I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting there waiting to go on. I think it's me and Mike Epps waiting to go on. And then Jay walked in. And this is the first time I seen him in person. I didn't know he was that tall.
Right.
You know what I mean? He came and gave me 5 like the way that they do and sat down. That's when you know it got real. You were like, yo, this is like all this practice stuff that you do to do 10 minutes, 15 minutes around the city was boom, like showtime. You know what I mean?
How'd you do?
Oh, we killed. Like, that's why, they booked it right there. Like, it was some kind of like word on the street, but it really happened. You know what I mean? It's
One thing about Dane, when he says something that's going to happen, it's going to happen. Because how he discovered me was in Caroline's. I had a show, and I had Kev as my opening act. And I had a couple of other comedians, and he was like, yo, I need you in the office tomorrow, and bring the little guy.
Kev was the little pest,
guy.
the little pest from Philly.
He said, bring the little guy. So I was like, you want me to bring the other guys? Trying to put everybody on. He said, nah, just bring you and the little guy. That was Paper Soldier. And the funny part is I was supposed to play the part that Beans had. I was supposed to be the dude beating up everybody. And then when they took my part and gave me Will, like I was kind of pissed. Like I was really getting amped to beat up, knock people out. But my part was pretty cool.
Are you amped to knock Gerald Kelly out?
Nah, I don't fight nobody.
God bless that brother.
Nah, it hurt me. I ain't gonna lie, because Gerald called me. I was the first one. He was like, "Yo, man, you could have stopped this, and you ain't my friend no more."
You know what made us even mad? Because like Gerald has his kids doing stand up too, which God bless them. It's like the first family of comedy, sort of like the new Wayans. Hopefully, you know what I mean. Hopefully, he could brand that. But when his son, man, Isaiah, who we all felt in this comedy game, raised him. jumped into it
Like,
and
that was
started
our
saying
son.
something like, yo, these clowns got rid of my pops because he's funnier than all of them. It was like, and you can't take a shot at Isaiah because that's his
He's
son.
a kid. He's his
So
son.
if you say something, it's a lose-lose situation. But during this whole joint from when we let Gerald go, we never said a bad word about
Right.
it. There was no pressure. Y'all didn't hear about that until when he was up here. You know what I mean? And big shout out to the people who don't know who the hell Gerald Kelly is that are making him bigger than what he is during this whole interview.
Gerald Kelly is one of the top 2 stand-ups in the country. Him and Tony Robbins.
No, he
what-
told you that.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Just like Kanye tells everybody he's a genius.
Well, let's talk about Kevin Hart because you're also going to be on the new network.
How'd you know that?
he's
Me too.
You
Me too.
tweeted it.
Oh, I did. You pay attention to my tweets? When
Yeah,
I say
I saw
call
you
me, you don't
tweeted.
call me, though.
You did DM me.
You want change seats? It sounds like an episode of Catfish.
What you talking about? The Kevin Hart
Because my
thing?
friend
Yeah.
went through his computer and saw some crazy stuff, so I didn't really want to call after that.
What?
That
What are you
is
talking
true.
about? Oh, you.
Tell him the story. Tell him the story just in case people forgot.
He had one of them videos with no shirt on.
No, y'all
He
is
had some
crazy.
questionable videos on there.
Me?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, y'all threw me off.
So you're also going to be on Kevin Hart's network.
Yeah.
You one of the 20 comics he called?
I don't know how many, but I know my agent booked most of them. So, yeah. He didn't call me. My agent called me.
Okay,
I heard
so-
he called Gerald personally.
Oh,
Yo, Charlemagne.
Charlemagne, the troublemaker.
Charlemagne.
he did.
Charlemagne.
I think he
know
did.
how
I
to
mean, him
poke
and
the bear.
Gerald.
He poking the bear right now.
Gerald and Kev is cool, man. I think they called.
Okay.
Right.
Called him.
Are you and Kevin are cool too, though?
Yeah,
all cool.
but he didn't
Yeah.
call me.
You spelled his
Kevin-
name wrong too in the tweet.
You know,
Well,
Kev is
really?
like,
Yeah, you spell heart like a heart for
Like
real.
H-E-A-R-T, yeah.
with an E, he put an E on.
E-A-R.
Put
That's
it-
the proper way.
Step away from the keyboard.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Step away from the
He
keyboard.
don't have a computer no more, so
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
my-
Kev is, Envy?
What?
Kev is that dude from the hood who played ball well and made it out of the hood, but is coming back to help others.
Absolutely.
The joint, I mean, he's just passed Jerry Seinfeld,
Yep.
net
richest
worth
comedian in-
for
That's
Rich's,
for the past year.
for the past year. He ain't got to do none of this with what he's doing. The dude's coming back.
Oh,
and
yes, he do.
He's coming back and he's handing out turkeys. to the
Capone said he
kids.
opened up for me.
Listen, I understand what Rob's saying. Kev doesn't have to do it, but in a way he does because
Yeah.
a lot of you guys were letting Kev open up for him and putting Kev on your bills.
No, but who else can you say besides Kev is doing it when they had it in that position?
Nobody.
I mean, Cat,
Nobody I
Cat did a
remember.
little bit, but then it got dangerous on the road with
But they
him.
say Cat did a lot. They say Cat did a lot.
No,
They say Cat put a lot of
Cat
people
did a
on.
lot. Cat did a lot. I ain't nothing bad to say about Cat either, but
Kev would show a lot of
Kev
people
is doing
who
it
hated on him.
with an infrastructure that could really make it work.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That could have some lasting power behind it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad I got called, but I feel like I was owed a little something because, I nurtured him around, and when people was, I can't put him on, I was like, that's my little man. Like, my first tour that I put together was in prison, and I took Kev with me the whole tour. Like, the city gave me a budget, and he rocked out with me the whole tour. And I remember guys was not trying to put him on stage, so I accept what he's done with me.
And I just got married in August. And
Congrats.
and,
Congratulations.
Thank you. And what you call him, Kev and Pook called me to shoot in Vegas. And I couldn't do it because I was on my honeymoon. You know, this game is crazy when you try to talk your wife out of the honeymoon so you can get back to film.
What he
Like,
wanted you to film?
So, yeah, in Vegas.
The show.
When
Oh,
they,
the stand-up.
one of the specials. But what I got is a deal that we working on. I'm going to come in the other way. Everyone's doing a stand-up. I really cutting the deal with him to do this sketch show. You know what I
okay.
mean? People try to do sketch shows, but the way that I'm doing it is edgy, and they really feeling it. And that's going to be the avenue I really want to come with. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's on the mic or behind the mic, there's other ways of coming in on
Gotcha.
it. You know what
That's
I mean?
dope for Kev to be the player. Like, but Kev is genuinely a good dude.
Yeah.
Like even through all the fame and everything, he's really stayed the same person.
Good dude, man.
Cat was a good dude, too, but he just didn't follow
You
through
said
what
like
he
he
was
passed
supposed to.
away.
Nah, to me,
You said like he got hit by
Cat was my
almond
man.
milk
I mean,
truck or
it's
something.
me and him talked for like 5 hours,
Yeah.
and he met me out the club. He was like, "Yo, I want to do your special. I got $100,000 that I'm giving you. I'm gonna do your special." I said, "Fine, let's do it." I get the people together. I get the camera crew together. I can't get in touch with Cat Williams no more.
You know the thing about
Damn,
Cat.
how long was that?
This
This
is the
is-
thing about Capone, and I'm keeping 100, 110. A lot of people, Capone has a very aggressive style. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So the people
Yes.
like D-Ray, the people like Cat Williams, the upper echelon comics, I'm not going to say they're scared of Capone because these dudes are very confident in what they do, but they have their guards up against the brother because you see him, any clip of him, the dude's aggressive and he
A lot of
bring it.
comedians don't like
it's
Capone.
the TK,
I
you know
love
what I
it.
mean?
They
People
don't?
that come from
Nah,
the
they
underground
can't
don't
stand me.
like
A lot of comedians don't like Capone.
And like I said, if we're going to do this interview, we got to be 110%
Absolutely.
with this, not just that just make us look good. You know what I mean? I
Why
know
they
if I'm
don't
keep
like you,
cursing, I'm
Capone?
sorry.
He's aggressive.
I think confidence a little bit.
Yeah, they call it cocky. I
Yeah.
call it cocky. When I hit the stage, I don't care who I go after. I don't care who I go in front of. This is a Capone world. That's what I want to do. I want people to come into my world. And certain people have a protocol that they don't like when you're funnier than them. I don't want to say funny, that you rock the show better than them. And I've heard several comedians, yo, you need to tone it down a little bit. I'm not toning down. And I tell them, straight up, dog, if you're going to put me on the show, bring it or don't bring me to the show.
Do you
I
and
can't
Rob ever
stand
get
that.
into it?
Well, I knew one of y'all would get ready to go there, and that's what made actually the origin of the New York Kings. You know what I mean?
It's the truth.
You couldn't beat them joining, Rob?
Huh?
You couldn't beat them joining?
Uh-oh.
What you
Can't beat him joining.
Oh,
No, let me say this.
Put some spec on that.
All three of y'all.
Or Jimmy, what is what we done? Nah, you know what it is? When you came to New York is a brand that travels well, right?
Uh-huh.
When when comics from out of town came, just like in the Def Jam days when Def Jam was at its high point, you had to come to New York. We hosted most of the rooms, either Talent, Capone, Rob Stapleton, or Drew. Gerald never really hosted, but he was just a badass comic when he went on the show. So we said, yo, let's form together and do a big show. And then that's when they had us at the April Fool's show at the Garden. And the joint was just sick. It was just crazy. Then we said, yo, let's do this at the Apollo. Line down the block, had to turn a couple hundred people down. We knew we were on to something.
Right.
And we knew, then we started going on the road, Atlanta, North Carolina, and selling out. And we knew, like, wow. But we young, we feeling ourselves, thinking about the chicks and all that other stuff, and things dissolve. But like I said, the maturity's here now. But we definitely used to go at each other.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, man. People be like,
Hard.
yo, I think Capone's funnier than you, Rob Stapleton. Or people go to Capone, yo, Rob, where's Rob at? Where's Rob? Well, I think Rob's funnier. He's blah, blah, blah. So, of course, people get a great show because this dude goes on. I'm sitting there watching him, and I'm coming out, get ready to do my $8 and all that,
Right.
do everything that I do. Then Talent sits there in the cut and be like, I'm going to wipe both of these dudes off. And then Then Mark Vieira comes with the Latin side, the Family Guy, do his stuff, and then Drew brings his angle. So nobody want to fail on that show.
How do you decide who goes when?
Because I say so.
Is it
Damn,
always
I
the
want to
same?
like
But
that.
I mean, because I know that has to be a hard, like, okay, let's figure out how do we line
When I
this
saw
up.
it, you was Rob. You seemed like you came out every time. You was hosting
You
it,
were
kind of.
hosting?
Nah, you know what? The way we do now, it's a good question. We do it like pretty much when the Kings did it. The original Kings, Steve Harvey was hosting because he was actually closing.
Yeah.
But then they had to switch because Bernie was putting it on him so
Yeah.
hard. The way we do it is Talent's a great host. So when we on the road with it, Talent is the host of the New York Kings. The dude, that's the glue and the binder. You know what I mean? Of the whole show. And then we'll change the lineup throughout. You know what I mean? I'll close or Capone will close. You know what I mean?
I think with Capone, I just think his whole aura. Like he comes in there by himself with a bag. It looks like he got the hammer in it.
He always got that bag.
Nobody wants to speak to him. Nobody wants to talk to him.
His
He's
lip
about-
gloss is popping.
His lip gloss in the bag, and he's about his business. Like,
That's your whole bag in case you spend a night out.
but
Yo, Angie's opening up for us, yo.
but every show he does, he's about his business. And I can look at other comedians when he's performing. I can see the face like, this guy again. But I love it. I love it absolutely.
And it's always about money. It's
always about money?
always.
If it don't
And
make dollars, it don't make sense, right?
The real bad part about it, somebody give me a budget to do a show. If I'm used to getting 10 grand, if I do a show and then somebody says, Capone do 10 grand, I say, all right, what do you got for the other guys?
Right.
They give me a budget for the other guys. I give them exactly what they're supposed to get, but everybody's worried about my 10 grand. And that's where the problem comes in at. I don't have to book anybody. I can let them
You
do
be
it.
getting 10 grand? Just finding that
Yeah, I'm hurting now because I was with Shaq for quite a while, and Shaq was definitely hitting brother off.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of people like to attach their name to you, Capone. I've seen Shaq, Russell.
Yeah. I mean,
RuPaul.
and that's the great thing about that is I learned lessons from all of them. I learned how to be a better businessman. I learned how to brand myself. my brand Team Capone is something that I'm never giving up on. And I learned that from Shaq, that Shaq is on soda. And he sat down and talked to me about branding. Russell when we was in London, he sat there and talked to me about business, how to handle business. I watched Russell fired somebody, and I did the same thing for no reason. Like, like just because he did it the way he did it, I just want that same feeling.
How'd he do it?
Just on the phone, just like, nah, if he can't do it, matter of fact, we ain't using him. Tell him the whole contract is gone.
Oh, so he had somebody fire someone. He didn't really.
No, he fired him.
Okay.
He fired him. And I fired
could
him.
never do that.
Yeah, I didn't even hire the person. I was, nah, we don't need him. You know, just.
Now, have you guys been watching all this hip hop beef, like The Game versus Meek Mill and all of that, and paying attention?
I saw something
Your guy
recently.
Dragon got into it.
Now, what was Meek saying at the table? That threw me off.
You know what cracked me off? Are the people that wait for beef to jump in to help elevate their joint to make themselves relevant again. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's about the music, man. Like, I love my man Mano. Mano's my dude. And if something's gonna go down, Mano gonna jump in it.
Absolutely.
And Mano's a real dude.
Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Guy.
Light-skinned Jermaine.
That's his cousin, Jermaine. He's from Jamaica. Yeah. But Mano's a real dude. But, you know, he'll jump in and see, but he really hold Brooklyn down. You know what I mean? But this whole Meek and Game, so I don't know if Game is bipolar or what, because the dude want peace and he talk about blacks. Cops shooting black people, and we need to unite. And then right behind that, F Meek though. You know what I mean? It's like
all lives matter except for this.
Except for this. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So what
What's
is the
it gonna be?
protocol though? Let's say you in a club and you hear somebody about to rob somebody. You know, let's
Gerald
say.
Kelly got his goons outside. He about to lay down Drew Frazier.
Do you mind your business, or do you give
What
the
do you
warning
do?
like, listen, they about to get you, just so you know? Or do you just say, okay, let me just mind my business and get out of here?
Nah, that's one day. The brotherhood is that we always look out for each other. Some comics are on the road. You don't want to be on the road with these dudes. But that's one thing we do is we look out for each other. That's what made him so mad when Gerald's son said something, because even if he ain't around and something is happening to his son, I say, we gonna look out for him, make
Right.
sure he get home. We do that. We gonna look out. We at a college and you getting your check and you at an after party and the dude something's happening in the club. We look out for each other. Get back to the hotel and then hit reset button from there.
Is that true, Capone?
Yeah, that's very
okay,
true.
Just want to make sure.
I mean, I'm definitely one who, I don't know, I think I'm invincible or something like that, but I thrive for beef sometimes. And it's just where I'm from. You know, I don't cause problems, but don't bring the problems to me.
Right.
And that's just it. Yeah. You know, we always look out for each other. I don't have no animosity with anyone, but I laugh when they have it for me for no reason.
Do comedians have sympathy and empathy for people? Because, you know, I look at like Kim K getting robbed in Paris, and there's a lot of people making jokes about that. And to me, that ain't nothing to be laughing at.
Nah, I don't think nobody should laugh at that.
Yeah.
I mean, especially that's somebody's wife, somebody's mother.
Word
There's
up.
really nothing funny about that. But what happens is when you're an attention whore like that, when the bad happens, people want to know because you put your life out there like that. So something like that, like, yo, you can't put the, you know what I mean? You got to show that too. People want to see that.
So is that off limits on stage? Kim Kardashian getting robbed?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
Okay.
Not
Only
really.
thing I don't make fun of is handicapped people.
Yeah, handicap and black people ain't talking about God, man. We don't. We got so many struggles in our life. That Nat Turner movie coming out, which is right on time.
October
Birth of a
7th,
Nation.
baby.
We
Yes,
don't
sir.
we don't do all of that God talk. These mainstream white comics play with Jesus like he was a dude that lived in a building. You know what I mean? This is real. That's real, man. Black people, we were slaves, man. Make collard greens into food.
While you
we can't play
talking,
like
she
that.
look like she in church. Yes, Lord.
Yo, I'm real. White boys be saying, like, what's this dude, Tosh 0.0 be joking about God like he a dude that he drank beer with. And it's like, yo, black people, we suffer too much to be making jokes about the Lord.
No, we seen those who have, most of the comedians who have talked about God and said bad things, they dead and got beheaded. Like they died a really bad death.
Really? Like who? Give some example.
What's the big dude name?
Patrice?
No,
Todd?
the white guy that was really
James
drugged
Belushi?
up. No, he was
the one
drugged
that
up.
used to scream all the time.
Yeah.
Chris Farley.
Yeah,
Not even Chris Farley. the
Sam
other dude,
Kinison.
Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus and all that. No, yeah,
that's
remember?
crazy.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
I never paid attention
God
to his
is
comedy.
the devil and all that. Yeah, he gone.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Some of the best comedy came from teasing handicapped people, though.
I was about to say the same thing.
Handyman on the Living Color,
Well,
man.
my thing is, when I came from prison, I worked for him, so I saw a different life.
I don't know. This is the
I
year
used to
of the
take care
handicapped
of
people.
I used to take care of handicapped people.
This is the year of the handicapped people, man. Like that dude, Little Yachty.
Little Yachty.
Little Yachty, whatever. That dude is retarded, man. That dude, I don't know, like he like 50 Tyson. Remember that dude 50 Tyson?
50 Tyson. I forgot about 50
He's
Tyson.
like 50 Tyson.
He's still on Twitter.
Over
He's
again.
still in
like,
school. He don't get out till he's 21.
Yo, what about the other dude, the light skinned dude that was singing?
Ice JJ Fish.
Charlamagne know all them.
Charlamagne got a tattoo.
Yo, like
The lights guy.
He cut him off now.
but who's filming him? I mean, he be serious. I wanna rock your love.
Yo, what's the dudes I said that with Little Yacht? What's
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty. He got the Serena Williams braids. Remember when they first came out?
Yeah, he was up here
The
before,
videos?
Lil Yachty.
Good kid,
He
though.
be disrespecting.
The kids love him,
He be
though.
disrespecting
The kids love
old
Lil
school
Yachty.
rappers too, man.
I don't think he be disrespecting him. I just think
He just
that
don't know no
He don't
better.
know.
He do
18,
speak a little
really
crazy.
don't know.
He
He's
don't
young.
say I don't know. He just be like, you old and washed up.
Listen, do you know
That's different than saying I don't know.
Ready to Die?
I mean,
Ready to
It's like
Die.
calling a
is-
female a little fat. It ain't no good way of saying that.
Listen, Ready to Die is 22 years old.
Yeah.
He's 18, 19.
You got to know the culture, man. It's like us. We got to know Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. You can't jump on this stage without checking
You can't
out
say
Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor.
Eddie Murphy's washed up. You can't say that.
No.
Yeah, you can't say,
But you know what, that's not
Richard
true.
Pryor's dead.
Like a lot of the rappers that came before me, I really don't know. Like I really don't know much about the Furious Five.
What?
That's not my age,
Well, I would
Mine
say this.
But you respect them.
But instead of
It's
saying
different.
they old and washed up, you would say I don't really know about them.
Exactly.
That's all I'm
exactly.
saying.
But to
Just say I
that
don't really
irrelevant,
know.
To say that Drake is better than
Well, he really feels
Melly
that.
Mel.
He said that. He meant it with conviction in his
But
heart.
that's what he feels.
Listen, you do know it's some kids now who feel that Kevin Hart is probably the best comedian they ever seen in their
Oh,
life.
yeah, we understand that.
Or that LeBron
So it's
James
an
is
era
the best
thing.
player in the NBA
Yeah.
Oh,
ever.
yeah, we understand that. Just like the old
He
dudes that think
is.
that old school hip hop is coming back.
I think it's Michael Jordan.
No. You know what?
No,
I
he said
guess
no,
it comes
no.
with the whole package.
Right.
What's that?
Michael Jordan is disrespectful. He don't speak to nobody. He don't like nobody. I'm LeBron, just an all around dude, and I love that about him, man.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, dude. As much money as he made, he don't give a damn.
About nobody.
I
I remember when they was doing a kids thing in the Polo Grounds, and Kobe came, and Mike was supposed to come in. I ain't going to that.
Yeah, that's Mike for you, man. Mike just like that, man.
Yeah.
Mike don't give a damn. You know?
Now, y'all voting
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man.
for presidents? Let me be clear.
Do you guys care about Donald Trump and his taxes? Does that matter?
Let me tell you like this. Donald Trump is Kanye. The things that this dude can get away with saying, that if Barack was running for president, and if he was as cocky and said half of the stuff about Mexicans, fat women, black people just get shot walking down the street, they would have been like, yo, who is this Black Panther? Blah, blah, blah. But Trump say, and everybody's like, that's Donald Trump.
Right.
He's like
Every
Kanye
time
right
something
now.
happens, Trump say, see, I told you.
Exactly.
That's their neighborhood.
He's getting ready to say by accident in one of his speeches.
And he'll still get his support.
Are y'all
Still
voting?
get his support.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely
absolutely
vote.
voting.
Huh?
Absolutely voting.
Better vote, or that Nat Turner movie gonna be real. It's gonna be a reenactment. People think it's cute. Act like like they. If there's you gotta vote, man. You gotta vote, man.
Trump
you gotta
scares me,
vote.
man. I
I
drive
don't
by
like.
and see people
I
Trump-
don't
it
particularly
scares me.
love Hillary Clinton, but I can't go to that Donald
Right.
Trump regime, man.
Absolutely.
What about you, Capone? You seem like you'd vote for Trump just out of spite.
No, I'm just saying, how did Trump get this far? If you didn't pay your taxes, how did he get this far? That's what gets
Well,
to
it was
me.
It wasn't against the
legal,
law.
is
It
what
wasn't
they're
against the law.
saying.
Him not paying his taxes wasn't against the law.
I
Why?
respect the fact he didn't pay his taxes.
What? Then he said
That's
like,
the
one
he
thing
was
I do
cocky.
like.
It was a
Because I'm
loophole.
smart.
It was a
He said I'm
loophole.
smart.
If you could find a way not to pay taxes, Rob, you would
Look,
too.
let me tell you like
Loophole.
this, and I hate to cut you off. If Trump's agenda is Trump,
Right.
just like them buildings that are up, he don't own them buildings. He's and he has investors, and they just put his name up there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? This dude's agenda is for that 1% who has the money that talk that language without talking that language amongst everybody else.
Right.
So
Yeah.
even when he speaks about I'm rich. Keep saying how rich he is. We know you're rich.
How does that help us?
How does that help us? And to say that, you might think that's a smart move, but as cocky as he was, you could read it between the lines. This dude's agenda is going to be crazy.
No, I agree, but if you could find a way not to pay taxes, you would use that way. Legally.
He did it legally?
Legally.
Yeah.
There's a loophole.
I mean, come on,
he
show your
lost $1
taxes.
billion.
Show your taxes. Then what are you hiding? How you gonna run for president and you that one dude? That's like Plaxico Burress. He was the dude that didn't want to check his gun and then shot himself in the club. Everybody else, and he ended up shooting himself. How you gonna be the dude running for president? You wanted Obama to show his birth certificate 3 times, and you don't want to present your taxes? But you want to do a tax plan and fiscal dollars for us, and you can't show us your paperwork?
Right.
Come on,
I
man.
just think that Donald Trump is the greatest comedian right now ever.
Oh, his stand-ups are crazy.
He is.
I think he knows he's not going to win now, but his value is going to be so big later. Like Obama got this look on his face now, like he can't wait to leave the White House.
That's true.
You ever see this look?
Crazy.
Him and Michelle, like, yo, we done with this. We going on a cruise. He gonna start doing parties in New York with the promoters, all white party. You know what I'm saying?
Would you let Donald Trump open for you guys on tour?
Yeah, he can pay for it.
The scariest part of what Rob just said is I don't know if he's not going to win. He may still win.
Well, here's the craziest thing about all of it is that he don't want to win. He just wanted to prove
his brand.
He just wanted to prove to everybody that look, y'all, because he said it. He said they stupid. They'll vote for me. That's how stupid they are.
You ever watch Shark Tank? People come up with an invention. That's one of my favorite shows on TV.
Yeah.
People come there with an invention, and they want an investment. But half of the people on there don't care if they don't get the investment because millions of people saw their product, so they're going to get investment for somebody else.
Right.
That's how Trump is doing. He's branding it, so if he doesn't win, he's going to get paid crazy.
Absolutely.
Or he's going to make more by not winning.
Yes.
And he's going to be like, I wanted that anyway.
Yeah.
I won anyway.
I thought about that, but I was thinking that he's done such irreparable damage to his business. Because who's going to support him now other than those poor and disenfranchised white people?
Exactly.
They
You
are.
can make a living on them.
That's quite a lot of people
Right.
that will be supporting
He was
him.
like, I want to
The
kick
same
out
people
China,
that got
but
him to be the Republican nominee are the same people that can support him even when he doesn't.
And he said it. He said it word for word. I'm going to run. He said I can pick which one I want to run for, but I'm going to run Republican because they all dumb. That's what he said.
Chris
And
Spencer
they're like,
said,
we voting for you.
Chris Spencer said one of the best lines. He said, somebody said, why would somebody vote for Hillary Clinton? That means that they drank the Kool-Aid. Chris Spencer said, if you're voting for Donald Trump, that means you never drank Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Which is deep, showing that you never lived a certain part of your life that you struggled to realize that that's how people live.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's deep, man.
Well, you guys are at Caroline's this weekend. 7 shows. Hit up the Caroline's box office. Is it all sold out? Are people done?
Yeah, just about. I think it's a couple of tickets for Sunday.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But we want to oversell that, John. We want people sitting on each other's laps in there. We want this. We going in so hard for this, man. The crowd's gonna love this, man. We got a couple of movies that we show them before the joint begins. This is big, man. This is like the Puffy reunion tour for us with the New York Kings, man.
So we
That's
all
good.
going? What's the plan?
I'm going.
That's good because somebody was up here last week and said that y'all can't sell out Caroline's.
Who said that?
No,
I ain't going to say who said it, but he ain't in the group
We
no
sold
more.
most of it out last week.
Yeah, I ain't going to say who said it, but he ain't in the group no more.
Yo, let me put it like this. Caroline's hasn't done these numbers since Tracy Morgan was there. And we know the status of Trey Bag. You know what I mean?
Well, shout out to Caroline's. They treated me great when I was there last week.
They always do.
Gotta go back.
Did y'all go to Gerald Kelly's BB King show? None of y'all went there.
Did you hear what just happened?
I just came
Hold on,
into
my
Atlanta.
My mic.
I just flew in from Atlanta. I was here.
His arms are tired.
We hope that I hope it did well. I hope it did well, man. I hope the brother did well, man.
All right, well, there you have it.
Wait a minute. Why y'all didn't go? Y'all was invited.
Oh,
I wasn't here.
Nobody.
I wasn't here.
I was out of town.
My son had a football game.
It was yesterday.
No, it wasn't.
Hold on,
Yes,
you gotta
it was.
find it.
I was out of town. I was in Jersey all day yesterday.
You was out of town in Jersey? That's out of town?
He's out of town.
I was in Jersey.
That's out of town.
He's out of town.
That's hilarious.
My goodness. Rob Stapleton, Capone. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in.